Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad here this morning here in Studio B in downtown Southport. We're really on the suburbs of Southport. We're glad to be here. I got a special guest. You're going to really enjoy him, and we got all kinds of things to talk about. But first, let's take care of our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning here in Southport. I got a great testimonial from a viewer yesterday, and I'll share with you later on about the good work they do. Okay, let's look at it. High today is going to be 85, low 72. We're not quite ready. We're ready, but the cold front's not quite ready. It's going to come down this weekend. It's not going to be a real cold front, but it's going to cool down. And everybody's already talking about it. It's the talk of the town now, the cool front coming in this weekend. So be ready for it. Water temperature at the end of the pier on a NOAA buoy is 81.5 to be exact. So it's hung in there about the same temperature all year. The river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew on the outdoors of Mountain Dew. Our price cold runs down still high, folks. It's right under 17 foot. Going down a little bit, but not much. The weekend don't look real promising on the big river. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, we got a 9.5, just breaking under 10. It's got a little bit of drop to it. It's going to drop a little bit more each day because we really don't see a lot of rain coming in. So it's going to be a dropping water this weekend on the river. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn right here on 23rd Street. Great tides this week. Just look at them. They're just amazing. Boom, boom, just like that. We're having a low tide. Okay, it's going to be high. Well, this morning we have a falling tide. It was high this morning at 227. So it's been falling all morning, on into daybreak. It's going to fall until about 3 o'clock this afternoon, then start coming back in. So you got a strong falling tide to fish some of those cuts and currents right there. And our wind direction will be coming out northeast at 6. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with our special guest. Welcome back, and welcome to our first-time guest ever here on Panhandle Outdoors. A name you may recognize because the last name is Raphael. Okay, how about Captain Laverne Raphael?
Thank you for having us out.
Welcome to the show. He's already told me his camera shot and all, but don't worry about it.
I'm a little camera shy, but that's okay.
That's okay. He is a real outdoorsman. We've been talking before we came on air. We spend much time talking about hunting as we have fishing.
Yes, sir.
He loves both of them. So
yes, sir. Amen.
Let's go back to the beginning. We know the Raphael heritage, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your family and which line you come down.
Well, my dad was Sparky Raphael, and I was blessed to get to come up fishing with him on the boats and stuff. So every weekend I had to come do the little tours on the, with him, and just got into it myself. One out of 5 boys, and I'm the only boy that fishes, for a living, So I'm just very blessed to be able to do that. I guess, if I'd have come up with the son of a carpenter, I'd be driving nails. Yes.
Yeah. And Captain Sparky, I got to interview him and talk to him while doing the book, and I enjoyed being around him so much. You're talking about knowledge.
A lot of knowledge.
Fishing.
He said he had a memory like an elephant.
Oh, he did, and we captured some of it, have his voice on tape and all. And
he loved the fishing and all as well.
He just had a passion for it.
He did.
And it's passed down, and we're talking about the Raphael family and all, where it starts. But before we get back to the family, I want to show the boat that Captain Laverne, this is in Making Memories, this boat right here. Tell us about your boat.
We bought the Making Memories in 2011, the year that my wife had passed away. And anyway, it was just a nice 65 bonner, carry a few more people and stuff. And so as we started wanting to upgrade to some bigger boats, that one there, Mr. Walter had passed away, and so we were fortunate to buy his boat. Yeah. And that's what got her into business with us there. Very nice boat. Yeah. Yes.
The reason I had them come on, because, well, we're trying to squeeze them in here between a little bit of hunting he's been doing up in Georgia, and it's opening up a snapper season, and we're going on to Making Memories. We've got 2 or 3 dates, but we're going on to Making Memories. I know some of our viewers, and we're going to talk about you booking and all that, but we've got a short season. Okay?
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about that, but let's go back a little bit about the heritage. In late 1800s, 1898, Charles Jackson Raphael came down here from Eastman, Georgia, and
that's right.
And what a legacy! And they had all the land, so much land at Tyndall.
That's right.
When Tyndall came in, they split them up.
Had the schoolhouses and all that up there, and
all the
little community all building in there. It was very nice little area.
Yeah. And one of the biggest ironies, you love to hunt. And tell us about one of you had a buddy.
Well, I had a good friend of mine, that John Pettigene, that got me up to hunting up in Montezuma, Georgia, after I'd finished my chemo and stuff and all. And so anyway, I got to hunting up there and didn't even realize it, you know. And my wife and Kim and I had bought a piece of property up there and stuff through the years of hunting up there, and didn't realize that that's where my family come from. You know, being a little younger, you didn't really pay attention to your heritage, you know. So got older, you know, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so anyway, we buy this piece of property 50 miles from where my family come from, up in Eastman. So Eastman, Georgia's 50 miles from Montezuma, Georgia.
Well, what's the chance of that? Just randomly buy a piece up in that area, and then you start looking at you. Oh my goodness, that's where Charles Jackson.
So right back to our roots up there. Yes, sir.
And you know, when they came down, I talked to Captain Coy and so many of the Raffields and Danny and Carl and all of them.
Yeah.
And one of the things they had in common, they could build a boat.
They could.
I mean, seriously.
Well, that's what got them here. You know, they saved 5 years for them to get here, as they were carpenters, and they built churches and schools and stuff on the way. And,
I want you. I'm gonna repeat what he just said. That was the thing about the faith and all in your family.
Yes, sir.
They just didn't, you know, jump on a Greyhound bus and come down from Eastern Georgia the next day. In a 3 to 4 to 5 year period, they came down sort of through South Georgia, and then about like Interstate 10, roughly that route, how it comes across.
That's right.
And they would stop a while and build a church, and he'd pastor a little bit, and then build a school, and then move on down the road.
That's right. And that same trip now, we 4 hours down.
Is it?
It took them 4 or 5 years to get down
4 or 5
here.
years, you can do it in 4 hours.
Yes, sir.
But you know what a legacy. I know the carpenter skills. And when they got here, they landed. Well, we got Raffield Island out here. All this.
That's right.
We're about the middle of Tyndall, basically, that property, somewhere roughly in the middle of Tyndall. And they settled in, built a church, built a house.
Got a family cemetery out there with a lot of other fine folks that homesteaded there at that time.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go out there, it's on Tyndall property, but it's a family cemetery that, you know, the government came in and kicked up. Well, they bought the land, technically bought the land from when World War II broke out, but they didn't. They left the cemeteries. They knew better.
They left the cemetery.
They left the cemeteries, and the Raffield, you can see the name is an old cemetery. And
it is.
Special place.
It is.
Special place.
Beautiful over that bluff as you walk over and think about them old timers we're seeing in that many years back, you know.
Yeah, and so many, and other families came in, when Raffields came in, other families came in that little community. And the community was called
in there,
Auburn. I think
Auburn Cove.
Auburn, okay.
Yeah.
And in fact, I get tickled at late Mr. Ecker. They came down, and his dad was out there for a while, and he actually, they would bring, this would be in the 30s and 40s, they'd bring one school bus would come down over dirt road, and half the time they'd get stuck, and they'd have to get out and push it out.
That's right.
That was when it's still a dirt road and stuff. Anyway, that's giving us a background of Raffields, and we're going to show you some more pictures and talk a lot about what's going on with this snapper season coming up. It's going to be an exciting time. There's going to be some big fish caught. So let's take a break. We'll be right back with Captain LaBurl. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with Captain LaBurl Raffield, the famous Raffield family. He stayed in fishing, enjoyed fishing.
Amen.
And making memories is boat, and that's the thing about it. I have so many fond memories. I know that y'all do too, and I know you do.
Yes.
Memories that go on certain fishing trips.
Well, back when we Family Tradition is the name of my company, you know, and so back when I had the best bet, so many people would come down and say, "We're going to have a good day today," and I said, we already had a good day today. I said, when we woke up this morning, I said, now all this extra God's going to give us, I said, we're just going to go make some memories. And
that's right.
So that's how the memories come to life, you know. Yes, sir.
This past summer, I saw some of the pictures, you know, I see some of the pictures and all, but your pictures stood out. You had some really big fish.
Well, some of the fish were, you know, were exceptionally nice, you know, and just a few places and stuff that we were able to build. And, some other places that fish just showed up on some natural bottom and stuff, you know.
And that's why people don't realize what a year-round, fishing is year-round. You got a big reef,
always hunting and looking and trying to build a few places and stuff like that. Yes, sir.
Do you, okay, I'm going to go and give you a number if you want to book them now. It's going to open October 5th, this Saturday.
Yes, sir, this Saturday, and go through November the 5th, I think.
How many can you put on your boat?
The Making Memories boat can carry 42. We try to keep it on a you know, if it's a a company trip, you know, like that, they can carry that many. But if we do a walk-on trip, we keep it at 20.
That's a good point. You have a charter trip with a group, and then you have walk-ons.
We can fish 20, and they share the rods if it's a company trip and all. But if we sell tickets, you know, on that boat, we do have the family pride now that we can carry up to, you know, 40 people on it.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, sir.
That is
and we
awesome.
can fish all 40 at one time.
That is awesome.
Yes, sir.
And what we're going to do, we're going to get together. We don't have time to do it this season, but next year we're going to get together a Panhandle Outdoors trip with the viewers. I can promise you next summer we're going to go ahead and book that up.
I'd love to have you.
Oh, that's going to be special. So go and put that on your calendar, because a lot of my viewers, we've talked about it, they said, Coach, just hook us up and we'll all go, and then they're willing to do it. So go ahead and put it on your calendar, and just next summer we'll be making memories, or either on one of them. Anyway.
Family pride.
Family
we do
pride.
have a new boat coming, you know, that's we are going to have in operation for next year.
So
another 60, that'd be our third 65-footer.
That's 3 then.
Yes, sir.
Business is good. You've been blessed.
We've been very blessed.
Now, he won't say this. He won't say this, but I can say it. The reason business is good because he catches fish. It's simple. It's as simple as that.
There's a lot of good fishermen out there.
I know they're all good fishermen.
Yeah, they are. There are a lot of good
The
fishermen.
world right there in that top category.
Yeah.
So this is cool. Now, when during the off season, of course you take your boat. Your boat got to be maintained and all
That's
that.
right. We've slowly, you know, been repowering the boats and putting caterpillars in them, and then we have to paint them up, clean them up. We do Coast Guard inspections that have to be done annually every year.
Yeah.
We do a topside every year and a hull every 2 years.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool. What about where do you take it to get out of the water?
We take it to Miller Marine in Southport.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We know those folks
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So now that's the Davis family. Okay, so you got a Davis family and Raphael family. So
Miller's been around here a long time.
I know. So
Yes, sir.
I get excited about that because
Yes,
it's such a heritage we have. Now I got a tickle about, you know, some of the Raphaels broke off and went to St. Joe.
That's right.
When Tyndall came in, and some came into Panama City, and that's how they split. But I was invited to the Raphael reunion for a good while. Still am when it happened in St. Joe, and I remember going in and just seeing that 2 full walls in that room had a family tree.
Yes, sir.
And it's amazing.
My dad went to quite a few as he got older and all,
Yeah.
but I never made it up, you know, to the reunions. Just always fishing and working and painting something or doing something or another.
Yeah, and it was just really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when you go out fishing, when you planning your trips, I always ask the captains this: when you plan your trips, you plan like a week ahead, 2 weeks ahead. You have a season. What are you thinking?
Well, our June snapper opens, you know, the first, so a lot of people are booking right now for next year already, you know. So, and then even when the snapper's not, we have the amberjacks in the fall, and then even in April and May, and some people like just come down and catch a Spanish mackerel on the 4-hour,
So
6-hour trips. We do a little bit of everything. So people book within a few days. A lot of people book, you know, 2 or 3 months in advance, you know, 6 months in advance.
So that's the thing about it. It's not just red snapper, because we talk about it a lot, but you know, Spanish and kings and.
That's right. We got a good fishery in Panama City, you know, with the regulations, and one thing, we got a strong fishery.
And right here at St. Andrews, phone number is 850, of course, 819-4610. 819-4610, and you'll talk to Amy. Will answer, right?
That's right. Amy answers the phone there.
And
she does a very good job.
Yeah. So we'll set that up. So look, we're going to take our final break and come back with some more cool pictures. You're not going to believe one of the pictures right here. We're going to show. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Studio B. We're talking to Captain Laverne Raphael. So glad to have him. And before we get back to him, let's look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Looking at 6:05 a.m. to 8:05. That's this morning, and this afternoon 6:54 to 8:54. So we're looking at real quick. Let me ask you a question on fishing times. As a captain, do you see fish bite in periods, or do you move around that many spots and all? How does that work with y'all?
Well, we have to constantly move, you know.
So that's right.
We do a lot of moving around, but you know, you just in a trip's time, we still wind up doing very good with the fish. But the moons and the tides and all do affect the fish from time to time. But we still, we still have some tough. Sometimes we have some tough trips, you know. eat some humble pie. But, yes, sir.
Moons and
But
tides.
it plays a factor on it.
Yeah, it's on a humble pie. Well, I'll show you some more pictures here. Okay, here we go. Here you are in the water here. That's just a good-looking boat there.
Very nice boat. Very blessed to have that.
Does it handle well?
Handles very well.
Okay. All right, now we got this picture here. Check this out. You're just chilling right there.
Oh yeah, just chilling. Got it on autopilot. Yeah.
Now, what would old timers say about autopilot? They couldn't believe
right.
it. They wouldn't believe it, would they? What do you mean, autopilot? Now, people don't realize how much you love to hunt.
Oh yeah.
This is a nice buck in South Georgia.
Yeah. That's up in Montezuma there.
Montezuma.
That place. Yes, sir.
And that's your property up in that area?
Yes, sir.
That is really cool.
My daughter seen a nice buck there yesterday afternoon in that same spot. So he's a big 9 point, equal to that deer there.
So you're gonna save
Yes,
that for her?
She's got her name on it.
Okay, now listen. You posted this picture the other day, and an arrowhead. Look
Yeah, I
at
was
this.
up doing the
Tell us
food
about
plots there.
Tell us how you found that.
Yeah, I was up putting some food plots in, and my oldest son Nick had kind of got me looking at them arrowheads and stuff, and anyway, just kind of picking up different pieces of flint, and then I looked up and seen this whole one on. And it's just laying there from the rain, had it washed out.
I mean,
just amazes.
That's on your property there.
Yes, sir.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's perfect.
Shows you what a short time we're here. You know what I mean? Just how far back that guy was.
Yeah.
Somebody carved that dude out, and
they couldn't run down to Winn-Dixie to get that food. They had to get it like that.
Yes,
so I have such a deep respect.
But it's pretty interesting, now I find myself up there all the time now.
Yeah.
Just looking.
I guess, I've talked to captains before, and a lot of them like to do something different in the off season.
Yes.
Hunting is
The hunt is just awesome, but they're very relaxing.
Yeah.
It's not about killing, and even the fishing trips are the same way. It's about the experience and just getting out and enjoying your journey and making some memories.
I got tickled talking to some captains like Joe McKinney, Captain Joe. During the off season, he loved to go brim fishing.
That's right.
That's what he liked to do, and
That's
it's just doing something in the off season and enjoying that. So, are you excited about this fall season?
I am excited. Yes, sir. Very blessed that we're going to get these few extra days this year. So,
well, Tom Martin was telling me you were doing some days 2 trips a day, like
yes,
2
sir.
o'clock. Tell us about that.
Well, just a lot of people don't want to do the 12-hour trip, so we do a lot of 6-hour trips.
Okay.
So we'll do a 6 to noon, and then a 1 to 7 in the afternoon. So we do 2 trips a day on some of the occasions.
And that's working out good, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, a lot of the families like the shorter trips.
Yeah.
Not too long, and
well, you don't have many of the older guys now that are used to love those overnight trips and all that.
Not as many as they used to be. No, we do 1 or 2 overnight trips a year, and that's pretty much about it. Most of them are 12 hours and under.
Well, you let me know. Well, I want to go on one of those overnight trips because they're not taking very many. Y'all are not.
No, Cap Matt just got in off of a 2-day trip. They had a really nice catch of fish. I think they had around 1,200 pounds of fish on this trip. And I got an awesome crew, with Cap Matt, and Captain Darrell, and Brian and Hugh, and all my deckhands and stuff. Just as a team, we got a really good team.
You got a good team. I know.
It takes a team to.
I know a lot of those boys and all. Also, y'all have a fish cleaning pretty
That's
close
right.
by, don't you?
Tommy Taylor down there, they do the fish cleaning. They do a superb job on the fish. Vacuum pack. They debone 98% of the bones out of them. And
I look back and say, why in the world do I clean those fish? It's worth it to let somebody clean them out. Oh my goodness.
He does a good job on them.
And they'll save.
He takes all the the amberjacks. He takes the red meat out of it.
Yeah.
Makes that. The amberjacks are very good eating.
Yeah.
But when you freeze it with that red meat in it, gets a little stronger tasting. So he carves all that out, and like I said, takes the bones out of them, makes them very, very enjoyable.
You got a whole package right there in St. Andrew, and so all that history and all come together right there in St. Andrew.
Well, St. Andrews is just really coming back. I mean, it has all the restaurants and everybody as a whole. It's not just one boatman or just one restaurant. It's just everybody as a team, and that any Thursday, Fridays, Saturday night, during the day, and they got the farmers market down there and stuff like that.
It's a go-to place like it used to be a long time ago. Then it sort of fell off a little bit, but now it's come back so strong. And you can make a package trip out of it. You can go fishing. Then after you fish, you can go to one of the restaurants and eat while they're cleaning your fish.
That's right. A lot of the restaurants down there do the hook and cooks and all that.
That's right.
Like Hunts and the captain's table Uncle Ernie's and all those, they all do the hook and cooks and stuff. So
That's
you
cool.
catch a few fish and shop around and have a good time.
That's special. Okay, I got a minute or two left now. As a captain, what's your biggest challenge when you headed out in the morning? What's your biggest challenge?
Well, just wanting everybody to have a really good trip.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I just, just want everything to be real memorable for me, and just get everybody back safely.
Because you can control some things, but you can't control the weather.
No, that's what I tell some of the times when we'll have a little tough trip, and I'll say, God shows us sometimes we're not as good as we think we are. Because it is fishing at the end of the day, and it's like hunting, when we go up there and just sit in the woods, it's just nice to see a red bird and, that kind of stuff, a squirrel running upside the tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You appreciate
maybe
those.
finding an arrowhead.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get that number is 819-4610 and book them up for this fall. Fall fishing is fun.
Fall fishing is really good fishing.
Well, it's a little cooler.
It is.
The water's a little cooler, but the red snapper out there.
Oh yeah. And we catching the scamp and red groupers and the gag groupers. Of course, now the red grouper are closed.
Yeah.
But fall fishing is usually always really good.
Yeah.
Always done real good in the fall.
Some
Yes,
great
sir.
fishing. I've showed you pictures earlier.
We're really getting into a year-round fishery down here now. There's just more and more people coming down, and we've probably got 10 or 15 trips already for November. That's on the books and stuff.
Already?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's cool. One of the things too, you were able to keep your boat in good shape, and that way when people come and everything just smooth.
Right.
And no delays.
That's one of the biggest things that bothers any of the boatmen is, the boats being down, because it's just inconveniencing someone. So we try to make sure the boats are in top shape and, just keep them ready to go.
Well, we're going to start wrapping things up. You did good for your first TV show.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you.
All right. Again, you want to fish with some folks that know what they're doing. I'd recommend them, and I know your family will be proud of you for carrying on that heritage y'all have had since the 1800s here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm particularly looking forward to going out with y'all on one day this season. We got to get those dates straight.
Yeah,
so.
I got my son down there having to compete with him now. He's trying to take all my business.
Hey, Dad, what about this one?
Oh, yeah.
We got to get out here. Thank you so much.
He's doing a good job. Thank y'all very much.
All right, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Y'all do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.